This video provides instruction on how to solve a system of linear equations using the elimination method. We're going to look at two examples in this video. So the first example here, we have our system negative x minus 8y equals 2, and we have x minus 5y equals negative 15. This first one is set up for elimination. When we say that, it means we can add the two equations and we can eliminate one of the variables when we add the two equations together. And so in order to do that, the coefficient of either x or y must be opposites. So again, coefficient, fancy term for the number in front of the variable. So with our coefficient of y's here, for example, are negative 8 and negative 5. Okay, those are not opposites. Okay, our coefficients for the x's are negative 1 and positive 1. Those are opposites, right? And we know whenever you have opposite values, when you add them up, they go to 0, right? Negative 5 plus positive 5 is 0. Negative 100 plus 100 is 0. 52 plus negative 52 is 0. It always goes to 0. So as long as we have opposite coefficients for either the x variable or the y variable, then we're going to be able to eliminate that when we add the equations. So negative 1x plus x, no x. Negative 8y plus negative 5y is negative 13y equals 2 plus negative 15 is negative 13. All right, now we're in business, one variable. Okay, negative 13y equals negative 13, so we divide both sides by negative 13, divide by negative 13, and we get y equals positive 1. Okay, so we know we're trying to find an ordered pair, so we have the y coordinate, which is 1. We still need the x. So again, you got to remember what you're solving for when you solve a system. You're trying to find the point of intersection of the two lines. And so to find x, we're going to take that y equals 1 and substitute back into either equation. I think I'm going to use the blue equation. Looks a little easier to me for some reason here. Maybe not, but we're going to try it. So we get x minus 5, parentheses, boop, 1. Substitute for the 1 equals negative 15. So now we get x minus 5 equals negative 15. We're going to add 5 to both sides, and we get x equals negative 10. All right, so our answer is negative 10, comma 1. All right, how do we check it? We are going to substitute the 10, 1 into the equations, both of them, and make sure they're true. Okay, so negative 10 goes in for x, 1's going to replace the y. Okay, so first equation red, negative sign, so negative 1 times negative 10 minus 8 times 1 has to equal 2. So negative 1 times negative 10 is positive 10 minus 8 equals 2. 10 minus 8 is 2. 2 equals 2, check. But we're not home free. That's just one line. It's possible you could have picked a point that works on one line, but it doesn't work on the other. It would not be a solution to the system. So you must check it in both. So now let's check the blue equation. So x, we're going to plug in the negative 10, substitute negative 10 for x, minus 5, multiply the y is going to be 1, has to equal negative 15. All right, so now we get negative 10 minus 5 equals negative 15. So we're going to get negative 15 equals negative 15. Check, works for both. We know we got that one correct. Let's look at another example, and this time our example is not set up. It's not good to go. We can't just add these equations and eliminate a variable. So for example, 8x plus negative 4x gets you 4x. 4y plus negative 1y gets you 3y. 20 plus negative 15 gets you 5. So you still have an equation with two variables. We wouldn't be able to solve it. So what you need to do here is you need to change one of the equations using our rules of equality, and so that you have coefficients of either the x or the y to be opposites. So looking at the blue equation, if I want to eliminate x first, right, I would multiply, I would want that x to be negative 8x, right? So 8x plus negative 8x is 0x. So that means I need to multiply negative 4x by 2. Okay, so you multiply the entire equation by 2. So you would have negative 8x minus 2y equals negative 30. Then we could add the two equations. But I may drive differently. Maybe I want to eliminate the y first. So I have the red 4y. What's opposite of 4y would be negative 4y. So what would you multiply the bottom equation by then? That's right, you'd multiply it by 4. So then you would have negative 16x minus 4y equals negative 60. Okay? So let's go ahead and let's drive that way. Let's multiply everything by 4. Okay, so we have our new equation. So this equation is the same. We didn't change it. It's 8x plus 4y equals 20. And again, remember, we're multiplying both sides by 4. And so we get the new equation here is going to be negative 16x minus 4y equals negative 60. All right. So that's the same equation. The new equation I wrote for the blue one is the same line. It's just we multiplied everything by 4. If you multiply both sides of the equation by 4, it remains the same. Everything's balanced. All right. So now we're good to go. When we add, look what happens. 8x plus negative 16x is negative 8x. 4y plus negative 4y is 0y equals 20 plus negative 60 is negative 40. All right, we want 1x, so we're going to divide by negative 8, divide by negative 8, both sides, and we get positive x equals negative over negative is positive. It's going to be positive 5. All right, so again, we're trying to find the solution here. It's going to be an ordered pair. So we know x is 5, and we know we still need to know what y is. All right, so take the 5. We're going to substitute it back into either equation, the top one or the bottom one. I think I like the positives in the red equation there, so I'm going to do that one. It looks easier to me. So we're going to go 8 parentheses 5 plus 4y equals 20. Again, I could use the blue one. Doesn't matter. Your choice. So I'm going to get 40 plus 4y equals 20. I'm going to subtract 40 from both sides. So then I get 4y equals negative 20. So now I'm going to divide both sides by 4. Ran out of space down here, but I get y equals negative 5. Okay? So I now know when x is 5, y is negative 5. All right. Let's check it. Okay, let's use the red equation first. And we're going to go 8 times 5 plus 4 times negative 5 equals 20. 40 plus negative 20 equals 20. Yes, 20 equals 20. Check.
Attention, O'Clock campus.
All right. Now we check the other one. We're going to get negative 4 times the 5 minus the 5 equals negative 15. So we get negative 20 minus 5 equals negative 15. Sorry about the fire alarm here. And then we're, almost made a mistake. It's going to be plus 5, right? Because minus negative 5. So then we get negative 15 equals negative 15. Check. All right. I hope that was helpful. Sorry about the fire alarm. Have a great day.